The Flash is the student forum.
For students.
Produced by students.
Students make all content,
Decisions.
Research. Write.
Shoot.
And broadcast.
News stories they deem important to the Eastview community.
Stay tuned for The Flash.
Hey Eastview, it's Olivia.
And it's Paige. Today we have a spectacular show for you guys. First up, a story on Eastview's very own lunch staff.
Next up, a story on a unique hotel right here in Minnesota.
And last but not least, a segment on how COVID has impacted teens' mental health.
Stay tuned for The Flash. First up, we have a story about people we see every day at school, but we feel don't get enough recognition for what they do behind the scenes. Zaid has the story.
COVID has been subject to multiple changes to society. At Eastview, this includes student and staff, but the lunch staff are greatly affected by COVID.
So like last year we made boxes with meals in, and it started off as like they were doing like 1 and 2 day meals, and then it was 5 day, and then it got extended to 7 day meals.
Our lunch staff works day in and day out to get food, cook it, and serve it to students.
I would think it's hard because like they have to prepare everything, and I think they have like a certain time limit to where they have to have everything prepared.
Our lunch staff doesn't get nearly enough credit for their incredibly tough jobs.
There's a lot of times we're shorted on things or we can't get things, so that's been the biggest thing, and we've had to like change the menu at the last minute.
I really appreciate them. I can see how hard they work when I'm in my lunch.
Students have mixed opinions with the food options displayed.
I guess it's okay. It fills me up for the day.
I think our school lunch is pretty good. It's free, and it wasn't as good as it was like freshman and sophomore year when we could actually get like a la carte.
They're inconsistent. Like sometimes you're gonna get like the mini corn dogs, which like everybody likes, and sometimes you're gonna get like the pasta or something. It's like no one wants the pasta.
It's enough to hold us over until the end of the day. I do wish that there was a little bit more option.
The lunch staff is by far one of the hardest working teams here at Eastview. Signing out for The Flash with the help from Damien, this is Zaid.
Although I bring a home lunch, I have way more appreciation for all the lunch staff and the hard work they do. As you're in the lunchroom, be sure to thank them and always be respectful. And hey, it never hurts to pick up a little extra after you eat. It really takes a load off their plates. No pun intended.
You're too funny, Olivia, but I definitely agree. Next up, Georgia passionately takes a look at a boutique hotel by those who are autistic. Take it away.
We're here at Erik's Retreat in Edina, a boutique hotel that employs people who are autistic.
I founded the retreat and the ranch, same model, just 2 different locations, because I thought it would be an opportunity for Erik to use his skill sets in a way that he might not be able to in a different environment.
Catherine Nordberg, the founder of Erik's Retreat, has a son named Erik who is autistic.
So he was diagnosed when he was about 2, and he's 30 now. So when he was, 12 or 13, I started thinking about his future and what might be best for him, and the whole concept was born.
Thinking about her son's future, she founded Erik's Retreats, which soon became a place operated by many autistic workers.
Everything goes towards the company and helping people with autism or who are on the spectrum. So, there's that. We also have great service.
Erik's Retreats, through its autism-friendly design, was able to create a diverse community of staff.
We have a really wide-ranging group of folks, so I think in particular, we're probably a more diverse small group than I've ever experienced in any of the companies that I've worked in before. Part of that is by design, and part of that has just happened on its own.
Catherine Nordberg had coined the term voluntourist to describe guests staying at the retreat.
Volunteers and tourism come together, right? So we are encouraging people to come and stay with us, of course, and share their volunteer time as well by taking our tours.
You may be wondering how you can support Erik's Retreat. Here's how.
The best way to help is to stay with us, and to take our tours. And that's what we say to folks who say, "Oh, can I volunteer in some capacity?" And that's by far and away the best way to participate with us.
Signing off from The Flash with help from Olivia and Maddie, this is Georgia.
Erik's Retreat has won various awards from sites such as VRBO, Airbnb, Expedia, Booking.com, and TripAdvisor, and more. For more information on how you can support their cause by staying with them, head to eriksranch.org.
And be sure to check out the season 2 of the world's most amazing vacation rentals that covers Erik's Retreat. Segueing into our next story with a topic that resonates with most of us here at Eastview, take a look at Godwin's specialized segment about the impact of COVID on teens' mental health. Take it away.
March 13th, 2020. That date sticks in your mind as the day that we first went into quarantine. And now, 2 years later, we're still being affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. And in a world that looks entirely different from the one we knew before, I wanted to know how teens were being affected.
Last year's distance learning wasn't too bad. It kind of sucks to not socialize and do any of that, but schooling-wise it wasn't too bad. It was nice to be safe, but it kind of stunk.
The past few years have definitely made me realize the negative parts of my own mental health.
Between March and October of 2020, the percentage of emergency department visits for children with mental health emergencies rose by 31% for children ages 12 to 17. There was also a more than 50% increase in suspected suicide attempts among girls ages 12 to 17 in early 2021 as compared to 2019. And with numbers like this, there are many reasons why this could have increased so much.
Just the isolation that all of us went through when we were at home so often can really trigger sadness, loneliness, anxiety.
And these issues didn't go unnoticed. I spoke to Mara Klecker, a reporter for the Star Tribune, who wrote an article discussing the increase of mental health issues among teens in schools over the course of the pandemic.
I think if we, leave these issues unaddressed, there's going to be ripple effects in our society. And we don't know what they look like now, but I think specifically in education, the people that care about students and care about students' mental health are saying this is a crisis now and will continue to be a crisis if unaddressed.
Over the course of the pandemic, students' mental health was pushed to the forefront of conversation amongst educators.
At the end of the pandemic, what do we need to do as a society and as an education system to provide for the mental health needs of our students, but also the staff in our schools? Because what we've seen now is it's not enough. It's not working.
With the possibility of returning to distance learning, the rise in COVID numbers, and the variants popping up, the world continues to change, and stress can continue to rise. Into the future, there are ways we can help ourselves if we're struggling.
Between your guidance counselor, school psychologists like myself, we have another one half-time here. We have 2 therapy clinics that come in to do therapy with students as well. So between our nurse, we've got lots of supports here. Yeah.
So I would encourage teenagers to take advantage of that support and to really reach out when they need to, because there are a lot of caring individuals in their lives.
Times are hard, but it's important to ask for help. So if you're struggling, don't hesitate to reach out to your counselor, your friends, or your family as we push forward into this ever-changing world. Signing off for The Flash, this is Godwin.
I definitely can relate to this, but I had no idea of all the resources Eastview has to offer. If you ever know anyone who's in need, be sure to spread the word about the multitude of ways to get help. We too can get through this.
It's always okay to ask for help, Eastview. There's also another way that you can support yourself and others by the new club that's starting tomorrow. It's the Self-Care Club, and if you want any more information about it, check out their Instagram at EVHS Self-Care. Well, that's all we have for you today, Eastview.
Oh, and don't forget to head over tonight to Lakefield South to watch the boys shoot some hoops.
Oh, and tomorrow night, the boys will be shooting some pucks at Lakeville.
Oh, and we can't forget the girls.
Oh, the girls.
They will continue their Hattie legacy tomorrow night at Shakopee.
Well, stay safe, Eastview, and stay
tuned for the credits.
press conference. How's the game going so far?
You know, I think we're doing a lot of things right.
Yeah.
Few mistakes here and there, but you know.
Yeah. Shooting the ball well? You shooting the ball well?
You know, I think I'm shooting about like 65%, 70% right now.
That's pretty good.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you shooting from three?
From three?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that, but you know, I think as the game goes on, I think we'll.
What do you think about your teammate Sam?
How you eating the paint? I'm always gonna have nightmares.
How does it feel? How'd you go? Yeah. That's why I only went G2 here, boy.
Jeez.
Hey, Sam, all I gotta say is free school.